In a world where danger can strike from the shadows and power invites enemies, some lives are too valuable, too explosive, to leave unguarded. These aren't just presidents or billionaires, they're walking national assets. Icons of dominance, influence, and sometimes controversy. To protect them, it takes more than bodyguards. We're talking encrypted convoys, airspace lockdowns, snipers on rooftops, AI-powered surveillance, and decoys so convincing, you'd bet your life on the wrong person. Every move is a high-stakes operation. Every step is calculated. These people live inside million-dollar security bubbles that would make a secret agent feel naked. And no, at the top of this list, it's not the US president. It's not Kim Jong-un either. The man with the highest level of protection on Earth may just surprise you. Stick around, because the deeper we go, the more intense it gets. This is the story of the 6 most heavily protected people in the world, and why guarding them is a mission that never ends. Number 6. He's not a political leader. He doesn't command armies or control oil. But Pope Francis, the head of the Roman Catholic Church, represents over 1 billion people, and that makes him one of the most targeted spiritual figures on the planet. Despite his humble image, the Vatican's security is anything but simple. The Pontifical Swiss Guard, dressed in their historic armor, is more than ceremonial. These elite men are trained in modern combat, close quarters defense, and surveillance. But behind the scenes is the Gendarmerie Corps, Vatican City's internal police force. Add to that Italian intelligence and international counterterrorism coordination whenever the Pope travels. When Pope Francis moves, Pope mobiles, some open-top, some armored, move with him. In gatherings, you'll find snipers, facial recognition tech, undercover security agents, and intelligence updates streaming in real time. The Vatican, though small, is one of the most secured areas on Earth during major religious events. Estimated annual security spend $10 to $15 million, not including support from host nations when abroad. Number 5. At number 5, we find a man who's not just a leader, he's the symbol of a nation's transformation. Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, is known worldwide simply as MBS. Young, ambitious, and powerful, he's the architect of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, steering a kingdom rich in oil and history into a bold, modern future. But with great power comes massive risk. MBS isn't just a head of state, he's a walking fortress. His security is a multi-layered operation that would make most world leaders envious. The Royal Guard Regiment, trained in elite combat and counter-terrorism, forms the first ring of protection. Behind them, the General Intelligence Presidency monitors threats both domestically and abroad. His movements are often cloaked in secrecy. When MBS travels, no one really knows until he's already gone or on the way back. Even in Riyadh, his convoy may consist of over 20 armored vehicles, including Mercedes-Benz G-Class SUVs and armored Cadillac Escalades, all outfitted with bulletproof glass and advanced jamming technology to disrupt IEDs and tracking devices. Snipers and elite special forces are deployed ahead of every appearance. Surveillance drones hover discreetly above his convoy, and command centers monitor every square foot of his surroundings in real time. It's not just boots on the ground, it's cyber intelligence, facial recognition networks, and international cooperation, especially with allies like the US and UK. And how much does this cost? It's hard to say with exact figures, but estimates suggest Saudi Arabia spends well over $500 million annually on securing its royal family, MBS being the centerpiece of that protection. Number 4. As president of China, and the most powerful man in the world's second-largest economy, Xi Jinping is not just protected, he's insulated. His personal security is overseen by the Central Security Bureau, an elite and ultra-secretive force that handles the physical protection of top Communist Party leaders. This group answers directly to the highest levels of government. Xi's public appearances are rare, choreographed, and often surrounded by hundreds of plainclothes security officers, facial recognition cameras, AI-powered surveillance, and electronic counter-surveillance teams. When he travels, an armored Hongqi N701 limousine leads a heavily monitored motorcade. The routes are cleared, drones monitor the skies, and cyber units ensure total electronic control of the environment. His presence at any location is often hidden behind layers of decoy convoys, restricted zones, and digital jamming systems. Estimated security budget? Unclear, but experts estimate hundreds of millions annually, integrated into China's vast internal security spending, which exceeds $200 billion per year. Number 3. North Korea's supreme leader lives in secrecy and paranoia. Kim Jong-un is guarded by the Supreme Guard Command, a force of over 120,000 personnel dedicated to protecting him and his inner circle. Their training? Extreme. Their loyalty? Absolute. Whenever he travels, an armored Maybach limousine is surrounded by dozens of elite bodyguards, some even jogging beside the car. Roads are cleared, hotels are swept for bombs, food is tested for poison, and nothing happens without weeks of pre-planning. International trips involve portable toilets to prevent biological spying and multiple decoy convoys. His residences? He has dozens. Most underground or fortified, scattered across the country. North Korea spends a large chunk of its defense budget on his personal safety. While exact figures are unknown, insiders estimate his personal protection costs hundreds of millions in resources annually. Number 2. Donald Trump, president once again in 2025, remains one of the most polarizing figures in modern political history. And whether in office or out, his protection is always maxed out. Under the U.S. Secret Service, Trump is trailed by highly trained agents, counter-assault teams, sniper support, mobile command units, and a full armored motorcade, with the Beast at its center. His movements involve intel coordination with local law enforcement, no-fly zones, shielded vehicles, and detailed threat assessments updated daily. Rallies, court hearings, golf clubs, Air Force One, and Mar-a-Lago, each location becomes a security hotspot, surrounded by surveillance, decoys, and often military assistance. His polarizing nature makes him an unusually high-risk figure. Secret Service budgets soared during his first term, and his 2025 re-election has only tightened the protocols. Annual security cost? Estimated at over $200 million, including government and local coordination. Number 1. The most untouchable man on Earth? That's Vladimir Putin. As president of Russia, Putin is wrapped in layers of secrecy, strategy, and sheer force. His security is managed by the Federal Protective Service, FSO, an elite agency of over 50,000 personnel. When Putin moves through Moscow, roads are sealed, rooftop access is blocked, and GPS signals may be jammed. His Oris Senat limousine, an armored fortress on wheels, leads a motorcade of support vehicles, counter-assault teams, and decoys. Snipers line rooftops. Drones sweep the air. Entire buildings are evacuated. Often, multiple convoys leave from different locations, only one carrying the real president. His personal residences and government offices have bunkers, blast-resistant walls, and biometric security. His food is independently tested. Even the Kremlin has a classified underground tunnel system for emergencies. Though Russia keeps these expenses secret, insiders suggest the Kremlin spends hundreds of millions annually just to keep Putin untouchable. For the Russian state, Putin's survival is the nation's survival. Power is a magnet for loyalty, for attention, and for danger. These 6 people live behind walls we'll never see. Their movements are tracked not just by cameras, but by satellites, agents, and systems designed to predict threats before they even form. But the truth is, no one is invincible. The greater the power, the higher the risk. And in a world that changes by the second, security isn't just about protection anymore. It's about control, perception, and survival. Thanks for watching. If you found this peek behind the curtains fascinating, drop a like, comment your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most guarded secrets. Stay curious, stay safe.